This little cooker is so cute and it's 50% off on TikTok shop. It does everything. Pressure cook, steam, make rice, literally
really perfect for on the go. I've been using it nonstop this week.
What you just saw was literally just a random picture that I got from Amazon right here called an Instant Pot. I've actually used this Instant Pot before. And what I did was I plugged it into this workflow and had a prompt agent create an entire description, entire video, and then create the video for me, and then get the final output, which is like that. And this is literally going to be the future of marketing. Like, you don't even need to put your face on a camera and show your product. Sora 2 literally makes it look so real that I was just unbelievable. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through this entire workflow and show you every single node and how I was able to even do this. This took a little bit of time. As you can see, this is a bigger workflow than I've done. And I'm not going to build it from scratch because that is going to take a lot of time. And I respect you guys' time. So instead, I'm just going to go through every single node, show you everything that's in that node. And if you want the full template, I'm going to have that in my link. Everything will be configured for you. You don't have to do anything but put in your credentials. But let's get into it. Trigger. All right, trigger, manual trigger. Okay. And it's going to look like just a pointer, like this pointer right here. Okay, you add that, you go in here, you're not going to have anything in here. This is just to trigger the workflow. So just first add that, then we're going to get an edit fields, right? And this one, you just type in edit, and edit fields. It's going to be like a pencil image. So when we go in that, as you can see, I have a couple of fields. Okay, this is the fields that we're going to set it. First, make sure it's manual mapping and GD drive link reference. And what GD is basically Google Drive. Okay, and this is where we're going to actually be getting that Google Drive. Okay, so as you can see, this is my Google Drive, and I created a new folder. So just make a folder, Sora 2 or UGC ads, whatever you want to call it. But make sure you're in your Google Drive, okay? Make sure whatever image you put, you copy, and you go to share and copy the link. Make sure it's completely visible. I use this image right here. But for this video, I'm actually going to be using a different image. So I'm gonna first go on Amazon and actually look for a different product because I actually want to test this out and see how well it can do a different product. First, go to the product you want and make sure that you have an image. Amazon, you can just copy the image or just go save image as test. Okay, it could be any image from anywhere. It doesn't have to be Amazon. I'm just using it because it's easiest. All right, go into your Google Drive and I'm gonna just add that image to that folder. All right. And make sure that image is the right image. See this right here. Now we're going to go on this three dots, share, copy link. All right. And we also want to make sure that this is for everybody. So when this is general access, make sure it's anyone with the link, right? Otherwise, NNN is not going to have NNN is not going to be able to even capture that. Okay, so after you do that, then copy the link, go back to edit fields and change this link to whatever that is. Okay, just like that. The next field is how many videos. I just chose to do one because that's the easiest. Okay, video idea, and I'll make this full screen. This is what I used for the Instant Pot. But what I can do is actually just go into ChatGPT and say, tailor this to a Leo and Stitch hat. And I use ChatGPT a lot for this workflow. So it's very simple. Like, okay, nope, not a cooker. It's a hat. All right, so make sure you tailor to whatever you want. All right. It's not rose water. Okay. Make sure you add the about this item description, just like this. So ChatGPT knows exactly, like this, blue, about this item. Okay, copy, paste. All right, now it's going to give us a tailored description, just like that. Okay, and it doesn't have to be long. This is a very simple description. This is just for the aspect ratio, make sure it's portrait because you want to make sure you're be able to post. Now, this is my master prompt, okay? And this will just be in the string. So open that and whatever is in here, because the template is going to be all here. Whatever product you want to do, just go into ChatGPT and tailor for the hat. Okay, right? And it's giving us a little description as well. A cheerful woman stands up holding the tassels and saying 50% off on TikTok shop. Okay, so this is going to be our complete master prompt. Okay. And make sure you execute this step. Always execute. I'm going to be going back and forth into ChatGPT because I'm going to change, but make sure when you have this node right here, this is just the OpenAI node. So just type in OpenAI. Okay. And I'll show you everything that's in here. Okay. First, make sure you connect your credentials. My other videos will show you how to do that, but make sure resource is image. Make sure it's analyze image. This one is going to analyze the image that we put into Google Drive. You can use whatever models listed. I'm using 4.0 MIDI, and this is my entire text prompt right here. Okay. If you want to copy this, it's very simple. Just copy, screenshot this, put it into ChatGPT. It's going to give you the text, or just download my template. It's going to have it all there. Make sure input type is image URL, and make sure the image URL is this, exactly like this. Okay. It would be easier to just grab this, but what happens is that Google Drive is very weird when it comes to downloading from N8N. This is always like the best. This would be the best method to use right here. So the same thing, just copy and paste this exactly. This is just a drive. All right. Make sure you turn on simplify output. All right. Execute this. Now I had put the wrong Google Drive link, which is why I was showing Instant Pot, but make sure your link is correct. Okay. Make sure that this is the right link that you're using. In your edit fields. Okay, so when we see content, it's basically describing the image that we just put: bold, playful, round, blue, knitted, right? So that's basically what our image looks like. Okay, make sure everything else is like this and always execute the step. All right, now you're going to connect a prompt agent. So after you have these three, just click on plus and just type in AI agent, and you will get this node right here. Okay, now this node is going to have a lot of information. So if you want to copy and paste or use ChatGPT, first things first, go to define below as the source for prompt. Always go on expression and full screen it like this. Okay, and I'll explain this and right now. Okay, this is basically taking everything we put in the edits field and turning it into our prompt, right? So you are not going to see this, not yet. And basically, whatever is in here, you're going to get just a random prompt like this. And what you want to do is drag this into everything that this field has. Okay, so when I say how many videos, go on the left, drag that, and it's going to appear like this. When it says this is the main topic, go to video idea, drag that, put it after main topic. So when you drag it like this, it's going to come out. That whole JSON text is going to come out. This is the next one is going to be aspect ratio. So it's very simple. Go on aspect ratio, pull it, bring it right there. All right. Master prompt is the next one. Bring it right there. Google Drive link reference, that's going to be up. Oops, no, that's going to be right here on the edits field. So drag that. Okay. Make sure that this is everything what I'm doing. Just copy everything that I'm doing. Okay. And the final one will be content. That will be right under analyze image. So just drag that. Okay. If any of this is complicated, just rewind the video, and you're not going to see these yet. And this is just a matter of just dragging whatever's in the edit field. If you don't see anything on the left side, that means you need to execute the workflow. Once you execute, you're going to get all these fields that we made. Okay. And basically, every single time we make a new prompt, this is going to change. So I put one as how many videos. If I put two, it's going to show two videos. It's going to show the description. It's going to show everything, the master prompt, everything like this, even the name. So yeah, this is what's going to be in the user message. Okay, now system message. First, make sure you turn on require specific format. User message is going to be very, very long. So this is the one that I use ChatGPT. It took me like an hour to really like make sure everything was right. But if you want to just screenshot this or just download my template, it's gonna everything will be there for you. Okay, you all you have to do, whatever product you're doing, just copy the entire thing, say tailor it to this product. Okay, move down. Okay, I use the blonde female because it looks like they get a lot of views. So I was like, all right, or a portrait like this. But this is my entire system prompt. This is making sure the agent really understands what it's doing. So this is a very, very long prompt that I use. If you don't see system message, just add option and you'll see that option pop up. Okay. So that will be over there. All right. Now, as for the chat model, when you press the plus sign, we're going to use an open AI chat. So just type in open AI and connect your credentials, right? When you sign up with NNN, you get free credentials. So I'm still using the free credentials. As for memory, just use simple memory. You type in any number. I just type in 1, 2, 3, 4, and I put 10 as the context window length. As for the think tool, that's going to be in the tool output. Think tool, I just use it's already configured. And then as for the structured output parser, this is supposed to be connected, but structured output parser is going to be right here. Okay. And I don't need this one in particular. This is the one that we have. Okay. When you go into this, you want to use generate from JSON example, and this is what you want to use. So again, full screenshot this. This is what you want to put inside the JSON prompt. Put auto fix format as on because we want to actually connect this to the OpenAI chat model. Okay. I want to make sure that this is connected to this, and this is connected to that. Okay. So without these nodes, forget these nodes right now. These nodes right here should be everything so far. Okay, I'm just going to disconnect. I'm just going to disconnect this node. Okay, we're going to worry about this part right now. This is, I have a lot of videos on how to do this part. It's very simple. The hardest part about this is really the system prompt. It's very long. So again, you can just copy and paste mine. Don't worry about that. Just execute step. All right, make sure that everything is working. All right, as we can see, we have an image and we have a video prompt. Okay, so that's amazing. It came up with the thing for us. All right, 20 female showing a cozy sweater, colorful decor, and then it turns to a video prompt. So it's perfect. Perfect. Okay, we're going to actually connect a split out node. So type in split out. Okay, it's going to look like this. And you want to make sure that this is using the output seeds as the one that we're splitting out. Okay. And how you do that is you go back in here, execute step again, and you want to drag output scenes, drag what's under the prompt agent into this. Okay. So if I had nothing in here, you're going to go under output scenes, drag that into here. And that's pretty much it. Okay. That will be the split out node. And what we're doing is we just want the video. We don't want pictures. We want only the video that Sora 2 makes. Okay. Now we're going to move into the create the video using Sora 2. So I've already had videos about how to do this, but I'm still going to go over it. So first, when you open this is a HTTP request. Type in HTTP request, and this is what's going to show up. Okay. Make sure your method is post. Oops. Post. All right, make sure your URL looks like this, api.ki.ai create task. Okay, make sure you have this exact URL. Authentication, we do generic, and we want to use header authorization. And you're going to get this header authorization right here. Now here is where you're going to put your API key, right? So put the name as authorization, and as for value, what you're going to do is you're going to type in key, or type in bearer, and then paste your API key. Okay, you're going to put that under value. Okay, and my other videos I have everything about that, but I don't want to show my API key, so that's why I'm keeping it like that. But put bearer and then your API key. You go into Kia and you just grab it from here. Okay, just copy and then paste. All right, make sure you have a AI account. Um, that's how you're going to get the Sora videos. Okay. All right. So once that's done, now your credentials, make sure send body is on. Send body is on. Oops. The content type is going to be JSON, and specify bodies using JSON. And when you open this right here, I want you to just make sure everything looks like this. Okay. For the video, if you don't have this here, this one is just going to be video prompt under split out. So just drag that. Okay, video prompt. The image URL, this took so much time and so much debugging to do, because this was not a process of just grabbing the GD reference and just bringing it here. This took so much time to understand. So please just save yourself the time. Just copy this exactly. This is what works, because connecting Google Drive and N8N is such a weird thing. Same for the aspect ratio. Keep it as edit fields and item JSON aspect ratio. Make sure everything is like this. This is the exact code. It's going to be all done in my template anyways, but execute the step and you should see code 200. That means success. If you don't see that, make sure just everything is the same as what I have. Okay. And there we go. That's the creating the video. And the next step is, let me just make sure this looks a little bit nicer, because this looks really ugly right now. I'm going to disconnect this node. Make sure you add a wait. Okay. And this is a very simple, this is just type in wait. Okay. Type in wait. You will get this. All right. Do around 120 seconds. So just type in 120 and put in seconds and execute that. You're going to get, and all the nodes are going to be here in the input. Okay. And then now we're going to go back into the HTTP again. So type in HTTP and you're going to get this right here. And this time we're going to use a get feature. Okay. So get the URL, we're going to keep this as this link record info. Authentication, the same as we did before. Generic header authorization, and use the API key that we made before. This time we're going to turn on send query parameters. Okay. And we're going to type in task ID. And for the value, what we're going to do is we're going to grab the task ID and put that in value. Now, right now we're waiting for this to, waiting for this workflow is going to be 120 seconds, which I believe is like 2 minutes. So once that's done, the task ID is going to pop up here. So now that the workflow is done, we can see that we actually have our value right here. It's going to be under wait. Okay, so just drag this under value, just like that, and you should see it turn green. All right, now we're going to do what we've been doing before. Make sure everything looks like this. Execute the step. All right, and there we go. All right, now we have our HTTP request. Always label it. I named it create video. Label it process, because I don't like to have HTTP requests just like that. Okay. I like to change it up a little bit. Okay. Now what we're going to do, make sure you guys have all these nodes done. We're going to add an if node like this. If. Okay. This is the if node that I've already made. And pretty much, yep, that's it. JSON state. So I'll just make another one. If, type in if. Okay. Now value is equal to value 2, right? Now what we want to do is look for state right here. See state under video process. State is equal to success. Okay, exactly like that. That's all we need to do. That is what we would do for the if statement right there. Now, since I already have that done, I don't want to do that again. Okay, so once you have that connected like this, video process connect to the if statement, you're going to have two branches right here. We see the true is connected to something, but false has no connection. And what we're going to do is we're just going to grab the false and put it into wait, just like that. And what this basically is doing is if the video isn't fully processed, it's going to go back to the wait node and give it the time to fully process before it can be sent into the final video node. That's the point of this wait. Okay, so very simple. State equals success. State you grab from the video process. All right. If you don't see that, just move it down like this. We've done before. We're just going to execute the step. Okay. All right. And it should take about 2 minutes since I put the wait node because we want to make sure we have enough time for the video to load. We don't want to rush it, do like 30 seconds and the video doesn't load. We keep getting fails. Okay. So you can see the workflow is going through. It's in the wait node right now. It's check mark over here, wait node right now. If the video doesn't load, what's going to happen is going to go down from the false back into the wait. And then if it doesn't upload again, it's going to keep doing that. Okay, so sometimes this takes a little bit of time. One time it took me like 5 minutes. So like just be patient. It doesn't mean like the workflow failed. It just means that it needs time to upload. Now, I actually got an error because I actually cannot use Leo and Stitch. As you can see, this violates OpenAI. So unfortunately, I had to go with a different product. So I just went with this because there's no specific brand. Same thing, same thing. Like, you know, but yeah, always make sure that, there's not an actual brand. I guess that makes sense. So I kind of just switched the product by just changing the name, but you can do whatever you want. Like, whatever you want, similar. Just make sure you just ask AI to tailor it. Okay. But back to the video. Once you have these done and you have success, now you want to make sure that you execute every step that you do, execute the previous nodes. Everything else is still the same though. Everything else is the same. Okay. So video process, if so, it looks like it went back one time and it needed extra time, but then we finally got that check mark, means that it went through. So that is pretty nice. That's pretty nice. You can see that here. You can actually see that also on Kia AI. If you go onto logs on the left, we can see. So I was able to see that. First, I was wondering why it didn't load. It's because it's Lilo and Stitch, and I guess I can't use an actual brand. So I decided to use no brand, right? But yeah, I mean, it looks like that's pretty much done. And after you execute, you should see that everything goes through. It looks like one item had to go back into the wait node, but that's the reason why we have this if statement, or sorry, this if node. That's the reason why we have that, is in case the video doesn't fully load, we are not just wasting our credits. We make sure that the video fully loads before we receive it. Okay. The last thing what we're gonna do is just add the last HTTP request. Okay. I'm gonna call this final video. Okay, keep this as get, and URL is going to be the same URL we always been using, but this one I have created one right in here. Okay, I have tried the result JSON before, but it always brings back an empty field. So that's why using this JSON parse, this parse function right here, we're going to make sure that we get the URL as we need it. So just keep it like that. Don't worry if it's red. Just make sure that this is exactly what you have. Authentication none, nothing else. All we're going to do is execute this workflow. Okay, we're going to execute the entire thing now so that we can see what our video looks like. All right, and we can see this is the analyzing the image, right? The image from our Google Drive. This is the prompt agent. It's really cool seeing all this go on. It just went to the split out. We just got the video. Now Sora 2's making the video. right? Now this is the processing the video. If it doesn't process, it goes into the false and waits. So that's basically the full breakdown of this entire workflow, right? If the video does process, we get it in this node. Okay. And it will take around 2 minutes because I put the wait time as 2 minutes. So we'll just get back. Executing the workflow, that did take a little bit of time, but you just have to be patient. Now it's done. Now view it. Okay. How much would you have to pay somebody to make a video like this? Probably not that much, but you get the point. I can do this. I've done this with so many other characters. This is even another one. All different people, even with the Instapot. Yes, yes, I get it. So what I'm trying to make, well, the point I'm trying to make is that AI is going to change marketing. Like this is like literally people need to start doing this now because you're going to be left behind. People are still paying. Hey, can you uh, showcase my product? This is the way to do it this year going on forward because this is like no paying anybody. I can make 100 videos if I want. Okay. And to upload it to Google Drive, you're just going to go on Google Drive and you're just going to look for upload where's it upload file. Yep, upload file. You're going to add your credentials. There are a lot of other videos. This is a very long process on adding your credentials, but once you add your credentials, you're going to find the folder that you have, whatever folder you saved it in, and when you execute that step, then the video is going to show up in the same folder that you put your image. Okay. Now, I know that was a pretty long process. I know I kind of went through it quickly because they're just, making a workflow like this takes some time. And, I've made it already completely on my template. So if you do decide to download my template, I'll give you the full blueprint. Okay. First things first, you're going to go on Google Drive account. You're going to make a new folder, call it Sora 2 or any ad, whatever you want to do. Okay. And you're going to in this field, you're going to get this link. Whatever image you have, you're going to get that link, copy the link, put it into this GD Drive link reference. Put it into that. Okay. Everything that's in here, you just put it into ChatGPT and say, tailor it to my product. Make sure that the product is not from another brand, another license, because AI doesn't play around with that stuff. You can see it even in my video that it didn't process because Lilo and Stitch is a real brand, right? It's a real character. So make sure that the products don't have a name attached to it. Same with here, just copy and say, hey, ChatGPT, ChatGPT is such a helpful resource when trying to figure this stuff out. Um, it definitely helped me with this workflow. Okay. And then when you go into analyze image, keep everything that I have the same, everything the same, right? As for the prompt image, you want to make sure that all of your stuff is green. That means that it's a proper JSON format. System message is just try to copy this. Try to copy this. Just tell ChatGPT, hey, I need a full system prompt exactly like how I have it for UGC. Okay, once you have that, remember this is all was in the video. Connect your Kia API, connect your Kia credentials, copy my exact JSON. Okay, and then just follow the entire video, entire process, or even just buy the template. If you get the template, then all you have to do is just literally just add your credentials and change the system prompt to whatever product you have. Okay. But it's really not that complicated, especially this part right here is very not complicated. The only part is just these two right here because you're tailoring the nodes to whatever image that you have. Okay, but whatever you want to include, see how I have TikTok shop here. You can put anything in the master prompt. You can whatever you want them to say, like Instagram or even check out my Shopify, whatever you want. It's not. This is just an example, right? This is just a random beanie I'm not planning to sell. If I was planning to sell, I would add my own details and everything. Okay. And you could either just download it like this, or you can use Blotato to upload. Blotato is a great thing to upload, Google Drive to upload, but you get the point. This is one of my this is one workflow that took a very long time to do. I'd really appreciate it if you guys like the video, because I'm going to definitely be making more workflows like this. But yeah, this is like a great use of Sora too. I'm excited to see where AI marketing is going to go from this point on. And my template is going to be down there. If you get it, you get the entire template. Okay. All right. And it's just like, what? This, 2 years ago, I wouldn't even tell this is AI. This looks so real. All right. I hope you guys have a great day. I'm out.